Hello, so today I'm going to be doing a university accommodation tour to show you a little bit about where I live when I'm at university. So I live in halls at the minute and I have to move out of halls in 2 or 3 weeks, so I thought I would show you around before all of my stuff disappears. I'm going to show you a little bit around like my actual campus as well, like the common room and how to do laundry and stuff like that. So we're starting off in my room. This is it at its probably most tidy ever. I have a single room with an ensuite bathroom. It was the cheapest one that my accommodation offered, but I have a desk with drawers as well. I also have a bedside table and I bought my own bookshelf to use as an extra bit of wardrobe because the wardrobe is quite small. So with the wardrobe, there is a little bit above the wardrobe where you can see I've got a nice picture of my mum and a couple of postcards. And this is the actual wardrobe, which again, it's quite messy, but that's fine. There's a safe that comes with the room, which I didn't know, so I actually have my own as well, but it's definitely really useful. I keep all of my important shit in there. And then I've got my shelves, which like lead onto the window. I don't really draw my curtains up, which is why I've like tied them up and out of the way because they just annoy me a lot. But it included a notice board, which obviously I have filled, as well as a mirror. When I first moved in, my bed was actually along the other side of my room, but I moved it to be by the window and by the radiator, and it just creates a lot more space in the room. Yeah. So usually I sit here to do my makeup, hence I've got my makeup kind of there at the minute, and I've been sitting on this Wembley 99 joke for nearly 4 years, so I am milking it all I can. When this is in my room at home, it just says Embly 99. And then when my desk is clear, I tend to sit at my desk to actually get work done, but that doesn't happen very often. Whoops. In terms of storage space, I already showed you my wardrobe, and I also have a bedside table, which has like a little kind of nook there, which currently is just full of complete shit. And there is also a cupboard there, which I have like bags and I usually keep my airbed in and stuff like that. I have 3 drawers attached to my desk. The top one I use for stationery and stuff, and the other 2 I use for clothes. Again, I bought a couple of extra things because I bought a lot to uni. I bought most of my stuff. So I've bought a clothes hook coat rack thing that I put on the back of my door, as well as I have like a couple of hooks here and there. But also I bought this bookshelf, which is currently a bit empty because I've started moving some of my stuff out, but I use this to kind of keep like my t-shirts and my jeans and stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be hung up in the wardrobe, and there's not much space for it in the wardrobe anyway. I live on the top floor of my accommodation, and this is the view from my window. I really like it. I hung up my little rainbow pride flag in the corner, and as you can see, I have fairy lights draped all around my room, and they make my room so much more homely. I know that fairy lights is a generic YouTuber-y thing, but I love them, so hush. Another thing that I have that makes my room feel a lot more homely is this rug, which I got secondhand. It makes the room feel so much more bright and colourful, and I absolutely adore it for that. And on the ceiling, I've stuck glow-in-the-dark stars all over, and oh my god, when it is dark, it looks so good. And obviously I've got a little bit of tinsel as well. This is my bathroom. It has a shower, a sink, a toilet, the normal bathroom stuff. It is small, but it has got more manageable as the year goes on. So this is my shower. It looks pretty damn woeful, not gonna lie. The way that I think this room should be is a wet room. So basically all of the floor should be the same kind of floor that is in the shower, but it's not. And it makes all the difference to how much my shower leaks and stuff like that. I found my shower floods everywhere when the drain is blocked. So, you know, that makes sense, but it is the worst when my bathroom is flooded because it just makes everything inconvenient. I stopped using my little bath mat just because it felt in the way. I was constantly having to wait for it to dry out, and it was just awful. Just awful, I hated it. But the shower isn't horrendous. The power is pretty good. You can control the temperature, and it doesn't change randomly as well, which is a blessing. Yeah, I think that's it for my bathroom actually. I have a whole bunch of like cleaning supplies under there. I keep my bin in here sometimes when I feel like it, I don't know. And I also keep my laundry bag and my towel in here as well. And because I was bored around Christmas, I put that up, and I regret nothing. So, you know. But yeah, so that's my bathroom. It's small, but manageable. Yeah, that's my review on the Uni Accommodation bathroom. I don't know. Yeah. And obviously this is my bed, but now I'm going to show you around the rest of my flat. So we're going to duck under my fairy lights as I open the door, because they're attached, which I love. And I'll show you the rest of my flat. So I'm in the room at the very end with the glitter on the door, and the kitchen is furthest away from me. I should have probably checked that no one was in the kitchen before I did that, but oh well. Now, in my uni accommodation, there are 6 people, and that means that we all have 2 cupboards each in this kitchen, and we have to share it, which is why the kitchen is such a big space. It is the social space if you don't hang out in someone's room. So we have a basic oven, we have a hob, a microwave, toaster, kettle, all of that shit. It's a kitchen. But the space actually just about works. Probably the biggest issue we have in our kitchen is washing up, and this, no matter where you live, is always going to be an issue. There's always going to be someone who's unhappy with how everyone's washed up. Usually that person is me, myself. But the washing up issue is just an issue that everyone has. Everyone does their washing up at their own pace, their own way. Like when I'm at home, my mum's always having a go at me about the washing up not being done like straight away. Whereas here, when I do it within the next day or 2, I'm kind of quicker about it, but also I use a lot more stuff when I cook, which will be another video entirely. I cook a lot. I use a lot of different cooking utensils, and often I cook for other people. This is a better view of the kitchen. We've got a long table. We have 4 chairs, even though there's 6 of us. I was gonna show you my cupboards, but actually they're all a mess, so I'm not going to. But I've got one cupboard that I keep like dry food and stuff in, and then I've got another cupboard which I use for my crockery and my cookware, and then I have a little cupboard which I use for, well, there's not much in it at the minute because it's all on the drying rack, but little plates and mugs and washing up stuff. We have a fridge freezer in this flat, and everybody has kind of a shelf each, and in the freezer there are 3 drawers, so people tend to share them. So in the fridge we have, my shelf is this little one here, with a couple of little bits kind of in the bottom tray and in the door and stuff like that. Sharing the fridge has not actually been that much of an issue, nor has people like stealing food, but something I would recommend is having your own kind of colour for cutlery and plates and stuff like that, and everyone has kind of done that accidentally in my flat. I have mostly purple cutlery and plates and stuff like that, and another person in my flat has kind of like pink plates, someone else has like plates that have some blue on them, and another person has kind of like green plates, and that's just kind of by chance. But I would definitely recommend with stuff like cutlery, get a coloured set, because everyone will get the basic silverware set from Wilko's or IKEA, or they'll all get the same grey one. So it's made a real difference in how much of my stuff doesn't get confused with other people's in that kind of sense. So that's my little tip there. So in my halls, everyone's flat is attached to a second flat. So there's actually another 6 people who live in that flat that I just don't know, which I think is really strange, but it's actually worked quite well and I don't mind it in the slightest. So I keep my keys on a little pin on my shelf, and I am going to go out and I'm going to show you the laundry room and the common room and stuff like that. I do actually really need to do my laundry, so yeah. So I think I live on potentially the most annoying block because there are so many stairs, and I live on the top floor, so still got to keep going. It was an absolute nightmare when moving in, going up all of these stairs, which is one of the reasons that I'm moving out in 2 separate trips, but I did think that I should probably make this video before I move out, because then you can see what it's like to live in a uni room as opposed to just be shown an empty one, which is the kind of thing that you're shown like on induction days, not inductions, and what are they called? Open days. Yeah, that's the one. So, ooh, there we go. That was not great. So this is our laundry room. In here we use Circuit Laundry, which is the laundry service that all the unis appear to use. And you get a little laundry top-up card, and you can top it up via like PayPal and stuff. Here, a wash costs, I think, £3.50 in total. It's like £2.50 for a wash and £1 for a dry. So the machines are all at the bottom, dryers at the top, and then we also have 2 ironing boards. So if you obviously want to iron your clothes, but you put your card on the reader, it tells you how much balance you've got, and you will choose, for example, on the dryer, I usually go colours, and then you kind of have to push and hold it, and it goes it's pretty obvious. It is a lot more basic than like other washing machines that I've used. Like it's like 2 buttons. The dryer takes an hour and the washer takes about half an hour. My big tip is always set timer for your wash, because like my stuff's never been like taken out, but the amount of times that you're waiting kind of for someone to be done with the dryer or the washer so you can just kind of get your laundry on and done, and someone's laundry is just sat in there for like an hour because they've just forgotten about it, is so annoying. And other people just tend to take it out because they get a bit impatient, which I get, but if you just time your laundry, that won't happen. But also it's about finding the most quiet times to do your laundry. I don't actually split my lights and darks and stuff like that, which I would do if I was at home, because you know, you always see that TV thing where like someone has like a red sock in their whites and everything goes pink. That hasn't happened to me. All of my work shirts have survived being in a washing machine with my bright orange trousers, so you're fine. And I usually use just kind of like 3-in-1 pods, just put it in, it works. Yeah, I think that's about it actually. Yeah. We also have a cat on campus. His name is Batman, and I love him. He is a very, very, very big cat because everybody loves him so much. So he's quite big. So this is my university common room. There are little ping pong tables, there's table football, and there's also snooker and ice cream machines and a TV and games consoles and a lot of stuff. I definitely don't use my common room at uni anywhere near as much as I should. They have a lot in here and I just prefer staying in my room. But if your uni has a common room, I'd really recommend using it because it's always pretty quiet. The couple of times I have been in here, it's been like a handful of people, including me and whoever I'm with. So the way that halls works is everything aside from the ice cream and snooker is free. So table football, free. Ping pong, free. But usually you have to go down to reception and ask them for like the ping pong bats or a remote control for the TV or for the PlayStation or something like that, and then you just give them your ID in exchange for this to make sure that you don't steal it. And that system works for getting out cleaning things as well. So I could get Hoover and take it up to my flat. I just kind of swap it for my ID, and then I get my ID back when I bring the thing back. And I think that's a really good system. And the common room is definitely something that I would recommend using if you have one. I actually think that that's about it for my university accommodation tour. I've shown you around my bedroom, my bathroom, my laundry room, my common room, and I've shown you the campus cat. So who is the real winner? I think it's you. But if anybody has any other questions about how it is living in student accommodation aside from this room tour, then comment down below and maybe I'll make another video on it before I leave uni. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this room tour university thing. I know I was really scared about living in halls when I was looking at university, but actually I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, and I hope this tour has helped you decide where you want to live. I don't know, but yeah, hope it helps and is all good. I'll see you the next time I feel like making a video. I'll see you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and leave any questions you have in the comments down below. All right, bye.